Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 4 of my drawing tutorials. In this lesson I'd like you to do a design page like I've done here. So about 3 or 4 different soap holders. So these all hold a bar of soap. Some, like this one, is a bit more imaginative. That one's a bit more basic, so that's a drip tray with a grill on top. So what I'd like you to do is design anything you want really, as long as it can hold a bar of soap. You can follow my drawing tutorial in a bit, step by step, on how to draw that. But in general, you can skip that bit if you really want to, and then just draw your own stuff. As long as it abides by the 2-point perspective rules and rounds and stuff like that, add as much detail as you can. If anything is moving, like this is showing where all the drips go, they come down that, slide sort of thing. I've done an arrow in the 2-point perspective, so you can do that if you want. Arrows always add to the page. I love arrows because it just makes it look a bit more interesting than just different products. I also want you to do little notes, easy to read if you can, so then it's just saying what different things do if they have different functions. So yeah, if you want to pause now and do your own thing, designing a few different soap boxes, then go ahead. If not, carry on watching and I shall explain this. What we want to start off with for this is a really big cube, and then we will cut it into thirds. So then you've got the bottom third and the top third, and then the middle third is a bit of space in the middle, so you can do your arrow, and it just shows it split across. It just shows it going in and out. So we start off with the extra large cube. Personally, I think the best way to check if all your perspective is right is this back line, the vertical line. If that is truly vertical, it should all go to that point. All of those 3 lines should cross in the same point. If it's not, then it means that one of your lines is squiff. If it is right, it means that it should cross like that. So that's a good sign. So now if we split these up into thirds, or thereabout, all of these lines should be in perspective as well. Such lines in there. Oh, that one should be a bit further down. There we go. So now, if we start off with that side, so do that shape going around there with the little feet coming out, and push it through. So this bit is smaller than this foot here, because as I said before, as it gets further away, it gets smaller. Like that. So now, to make that back face the same as this but push through, is easiest just do the lines going across and see where it meets with that line there. So that line. Now, same with this side. As you may have noticed, I'm doing all of those lines a lot more gentle than these ones because you might not see those. I'll leave you to do all of the grating on top. So where the holes are, if you go into a bit more detail with this, so where the holes you can see through, i.e. there, you should only make the lines darker where you will actually see it, not on the grate, but through the grate, if that makes sense. I won't bother doing this on this because you've probably got more time to spend on it, so let's just go over a bit harder to show that show which lines that we can actually see. A bit like that. Oh, can I see that one? So we can add rounds. Right, I did go over that a bit quick with all the rounds, but I did explain that in the previous week, so just use the skills that you've learned before to do that. Right. So now on the bottom bit, it's just a thin outline with some radii on the outside and a little cutout. It's not the most interesting thing ever, so feel free to be a bit creative with this. So that's the basic outline. So now if we go and do some thicknesses around the outside. Right, I've left this front face not with anything on it, because I'll then bring that down and across. Like that. And that has a thickness all the way around there. Well, a radius going around, sorry. There we go. So that means, well, you know how I was doing those lines going across there? So where that curve meets that straight line, and that side too, those all should meet. I don't have anything on my desk so I can show you, but it's essentially the same with that. So where those straight lines meet the curves, bring that down. Exactly the same with this and that, although you can't really see them. And then those meet. So those three radiuses that are there and there and there, those all meet in that corner. So that's the easiest way to make that look like how it should. What else did I have? I had an arrow as well. So the best way to do an arrow in perspective is start off with a gentle line, vertical. Then you start with the top point, do a gentle line like that, going, oh, that's not going in the right direction, in perspective, and another one at the bottom going in perspective. Then where that bit is there and there, you want to do this in the correct ratio, really, so it gets the proportion right. It's a bit like that. So there you go. And then you got the vertical lines coming down. And because this is all in perspective, everything is pushed in that direction towards that line. All of these lines are going with those lines. There you go. And then I'll quickly go over a bit of colour in the shadowy bits. There you go. That shows there's a thickness on it. And that is just to prove a point that that goes inside that, and it can go up and down. So if you can add some more details to it, and then add one or two more different soap holders near it, then that'll be great. Right, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. Good luck.